you want to see the intro?
I always want to see the intro.
You didn't get to see it. Here, man.
Well, I didn't care that much. Yeah, your goddamn
You should
mind.
care more for fucking destroying our fucking thing, you dirtbag.
Yeah, I texted you I was going to be late.
All right. Starting from the top, play those 2 intros, and we'll kick this thing off again.
Let's not start those intros. Instead, we'll just start from where we're at.
Okay, fair enough.
Where were we at?
Never mind. I fucking got this shit now. God, I'm getting so good at this.
We were getting you underrated, overrated.
You know what?
Oh,
we got
Brandon, as punishment for you fucking up our stream.
Yeah.
Swallow a pin.
Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh. Everybody, Whiskey Cinema.
Yeah, so good.
As become the norm, part 2 of Whiskey Cinema.
It was a commercial.
Right, that's fair. It was giving everybody that intermission pee break. You're welcome, America.
You know, Brandon might have known what he was talking about because our viewership doubled when he backed out of the stream.
I'm doing things right over here. You know,
John Suggs.
I'm working 2021.
John Suggs makes a very valid point, and he says, as a host of the show, in punishment for logging off the show, you should have to drink 2 shots.
Yeah, give me a second.
Because it's not as much we want to punish you as we do your organs.
They need it. They've been slacking off lately.
All right, where were we, Juggernaut? What are we talking about?
We got Chronicle underrated for this guy.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that's my Michael B. Jordan underrated.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got Chronicle underrated. We need an overrated for Michael B. Jordan and an underrated overrated for Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. John mentioned before
for
Bridges.
Michael.
That's mine.
For overrated or underrated?
That's your what?
Underrated.
Underrated.
Mm-hmm. Brandon, what is yours? Enjoy your shot.
Mine was 42 for Chadwick Boseman.
For Chadwick Boseman, as your underrated?
Yes.
That was mine as well.
Hey.
Pretty good.
We syncing up over here.
Always.
And my overrated for Michael B. Jordan was Fahrenheit 451 on HBO Max.
That's exactly the same one I had.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I know how to sync up with my peeps.
You're out of our good graces, and then you jump right back in so fast.
Damn right. I switched ship, dude. Don't trust me.
He jumped back in our good graces as fast as the end of the last podcast.
That's right.
We talked about worst for this, which was hard. Worst, we talked about Fantastic Four for Michael B. Jordan. Worst for Chadwick Boseman is tough because, I mean, I'll tell you the worst one for me was watching 4 tribute shows in a row about Chadwick Boseman's life because he passed away. That killed me. That was so hard.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch Robert Downey Jr. almost brought to tears again.
We talked about how nobody has anything bad to say about this.
No.
Like he didn't.
Oh yeah, I got nothing bad to say about it.
He hasn't punched anybody randomly or killed anybody's dog with a screwdriver.
No.
He's just a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? Is that too far?
At least nothing anybody can prove.
True.
That's right.
Very
That's
true.
right. Bill Cosby was loved for a while.
Oh. That's for sweaters.
We're off the rails. We're off the rails.
Yeah, we're excited though to talk about some of our boys here. Do you have a worse movie for Chadwick Boseman and for Michael B. Jordan?
Egypt.
Yeah, fucking do I ever? Gods of Egypt. Wow. You're absolutely right.
Hey?
Wow.
Terrible.
It wasn't hard for both of them, guys.
No. Terrible.
I forgot I watched that movie.
That's why when you said you didn't have a least favorite for, I was like, did you watch Gods of Egypt or was I the only one?
Hey, I didn't finish it. I couldn't do it,
dude.
I forgot I watched that movie.
The next day, I'm watching that shit,
dude.
Was Gerard Butler in that?
Yeah, as a god of Egypt, and so was Jamie Lannister. Egypt, mind you. and they're both white. One's Scottish, and one's
I
British.
legitimately forgot that that movie existed.
Dude,
My bad. I must have blocked it out. I remember watching it going like, yeah, it's as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer, the first one, and being like, but why? Why are they all white?
But
It's supposed to be Egypt. And then,
why not, though?
And I was just like,
I don't know how much money it made, but maybe it made good money.
God, I hope not. I hope not.
Wait, are you trying to tell me you think a country that's in Africa should have African people in it? Because I'm not on board. That seems crazy.
I know. Dude, I'm telling you.
I'm not on board.
Crazy, but it's the future.
Like people are like, they're in Egypt. Isn't that? You're like, just stop whatever you're about to say. I don't want to hear your argument. It's dumb. And you, just Google. Spend 6 seconds. You're going to realize it's not what you thought it would be.
The first 30 minutes, they turn into metallic god things. And I was so mad at this movie.
Yeah, it's a no
Super
for me,
fair.
dog. It really is.
Like, if it was on a plane, I'd walk out. You know what I mean? And that's how bad it is.
I love that.
He ain't wrong. I'd make sure his
There's something on the wing. It's me.
Yeah. Everyone's getting sucked out the airlock as soon as I open that thing because nobody needs to see that movie.
I forgot about that movie.
Watch that movie. It's a race for the airlock.
100%. The only winner is the person who gets there first.
That's right. I'm ending this.
That's funny.
Would people want a Creed 3 from John Suggs? And if so, does Creed and Rocky fight an old Rocky foe? Mr. T, Clubber Lang, and he had a son. He'd been... No, they didn't.
That's a fun one. I love Mr. T.
No.
No.
I mean, I think Mr. T is probably in his 80s. He was literally part of the A-Team, which you don't know any of those actors anymore. So
yeah, you know Mr. T.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all you need to know.
He thread the needle.
It had Rorschach in it, and it had the guy with a specific set of skills. It was the 2015 or 2010 version of the A-Team. Did you ever see that?
Bradley Cooper, Liam Neeson, Arthur Cooper, Rampage Jackson. I know all this.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I love those guys. All those actors I like, including Rampage. So
thank you.
That was a shitty movie.
Oh, terrible. Not as bad as
great.
No, nothing is.
That's fair.
Yes,
That's fair.
I don't like you defending your argument, saying he's only 68 years old. I get it. Stallone also shouldn't box. I'm not saying he should, John.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. Again, I think they already did it with the second one. They don't need to do it again.
I will break you.
They are doing a third one.
No, I know,
man. No joke. The Prussian Russian.
Having Clubber Lang have a son or a nephew or something. Like, we don't need to have that. We already did it in 2 movies. We're okay.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I liked Creed. The second one I thought was not great, but I loved the scene. I saw Michael B. Jordan has an episode of Hot Ones, by the way. He put out in 2018. It's worth a watch. He talked about the behind-the-scenes thing where he gets knocked out on accident. I think we've all seen it. And he's like, "Is that real or is that fake?" And he's like, "I was training to be a boxer for this for a long time, method actor a long time." He's like, "And this other guy was a boxer." So he reeled back and he gave me 40% of a punch, and I rolled with the punch. He's like, "I feel like I got hit by a car for 4 days after that."
Oh, I bet.
So I said, I can't even imagine if this guy went just lost his shit and went at me, what I would do.
Oh yeah. You fight boxers or anyone who can actually fight. Or one of those things where it's like, you know what, man? Let's hug it out. We don't even do this. Come on.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy.
There's not shit I want to do to get out of that corner I backed myself into.
Right.
I'd be a master of gun fu.
Come here.
Come here. I'll help you.
I'll resolve this problem right now.
In the red corner, an AK.
I liked Creed 2. It wasn't as good as the first Creed, I'll admit. But dude, the Rocky franchise, I don't know why, I got a soft spot for. So I was super on board with it, and I enjoyed it. I won't lie to you.
It is startling that Philadelphia would make a statue towards a fictional character of Rocky before they would do it of a real boxer named Joe Frazier, which we all know of. It is startling that they would do that.
To show you a Carson Wentz one. You know?
It's their statue ideas are off the rails. They don't know what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying, man. I thought he was next. The savior of the
Yeah,
team,
they're
man.
already built this.
They built
Like
that
5 Super Bowl
stadium
back.
with a coach they're both getting rid of. Dude, it's like it's it'd be like you picking your favorite band. Well, I guess some people do this. You pick your favorite band when you're 13, you get tattooed, and you're like, dude, I don't think Limp Bizkit's going anywhere. Call me crazy, but I'm here for the nookie. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be good.
All about the nookie. I saw a picture that had Nick Foles, Carson Wentz, and their head coach, and it was like this was taken in only 2018, and they're like traded, released, traded, or it was like left, traded, released. I'm like, man.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I love the old Rockies because Philadelphia is a hard team. Boston catches a really bad racket about them like throwing beer bottles, throwing baseball players and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia celebrates failure. Like in Rocky, he's like, I'm gonna be a really good boxer. And they're like, you're gonna lose, Rock. And then when you come back, you're not gonna have your job. Nobody helps him. So like I like that aspect. Like it's very true to Philadelphia.
No,
where
Rock. I like that guy.
I have a dream. You're an idiot. You're wasting your life. Keep cutting up fish. That's what you're here to do. You can't do anything else.
He got hired in training.
And he's got dreams too, man.
Yeah, they're stupid dreams. If you ask anyone in Philly.
Yeah, I love the Rocky movies, so I like Creed 1 and 2. I hope they do. I know they're doing a 3. I hope they do it well and they don't bring fucking Clubber Lang or Hulk Hogan back or whoever else was in those damn movies. Just
they'll bring Roman Reigns back.
Movie.
Oh, God. Suggs is on here. He's like, why don't I have him travel to Mexico, fight Manny Pacquiao's kid? If he gets anywhere near Pacquiao's kid, he's going to be killed. And by the way, Pacquiao is Filipino.
Hey.
Throw that
Damn.
out.
I will just call him out on his shit.
I'm just saying. He said travel to Mexico. Dude, motherfucker Manny's an ambassador for the Philippines. Like, he's not just a dude that lives there.
If anything, get Juan Manuel Marquez. He knocked Pacquiao out.
Wow.
But no, you travel to Mexico to fight Pacquiao, who's Filipino.
You know what the problem is, Brandon? You jumped in towards half of an episode, and I know we're going to bullshit, and we're going to lose track of time, and I don't want to do that to our dear, dear, sweet, lovely buddies. Take that. So I want to get into our favorite. I want to jump into here. I watched it. I'm just going to assume. I watched all 3 of our favorite movie yesterday, and I had it in the background because I was busy. And you know what I did? I stopped everything else I was doing, and I watched the whole movie because goddamn, I love that movie. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It's fucking amazing.
All right. I mean, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it.
I'll say it.
Okay.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah.
I've said it 1,000 times before. I'll say it again. It's my favorite Marvel movie of the 70 they've made already. I think that everything they do in that movie from like the culturalistic standpoint, and again, I know it's going to blow your mind most, Danny. It's a movie based in Africa.
I haven't heard of it. Is it all white people that live there?
99% black people, dude. I know it's going to blow your mind.
Come on. Why would they do that?
It's worth the watch, man. I'm telling you.
I won't try.
It really is.
I absolutely love that movie. I can do a whole episode on Black Panther. Yeah,
I was going to talk about Gods of Egypt. I thought that was all of our favorites, but we can talk about Black Panther if you want.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a close second.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my slash. Slash.
Dude, Black Panther's so goddamn good. Academy Awards, it like swept a lot of the things. Best, I think, production, original score. Kendrick Lamar did it. Cooper was the director. I mean, even Andy Serkis, who played Claw in it, had a great part that was so fun, very Joker-esque, who just dug me. Lupita Nyong'o had a very small role, which was awesome because she's great. Forrest Whitaker's in this, too, is like his mentor. And, dude, I most of it I loved. Even the beginning, I've been to parts of Oakland which is where that they resided in the beginning of.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine's like, "Oh man, I'm running out of gas." And I was like, "Nope, you ain't. You ain't. You thought you were, but you're not going to." He's like, "I might run out of gas here." I go, "If you stop this car, we're dead." Because there are so many people whose jobs are to sit on the porch and wait for people to run out of gas. So you need to figure your shit out. We can't stop here. You can go 5 streets over. Not here. There's no way. Dude, we'll be dead.
Yeah.
So seeing them shoot hoops with, I think it was like a milk crate, I was just like, yeah, that's a rough neighborhood. That's tough. You don't even have a basketball hoop? Can't afford
Is
a
that
hoop?
how you judge non-neighborhoods as their basketball hoops?
If you can't afford a circle, yeah.
Look, man, I played on a fucking milk crate basketball hoop, okay?
Have you?
I assumed everybody had, to be honest.
That was my first basketball court in my dad's apartment when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
They had a fucking tennis court and a fucking milk crate that was zip tied.
Okay. All right. You're white privileged. They had a tennis court, but not a circle? I'm not believing this.
Swear to God, dude. S to G.
Well, all the money went to the tennis court. They couldn't afford that real hoop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you take a left at the golf course?
I was playing on the milk crate.
Equestrian range?
Exactly.
I had to get off my Clydesdale and go over. They had no hoops.
I know. Could you believe it? Now, favorite character in Black Panther, go.
Killmonger.
Right? Obviously.
Yeah, it's Killmonger. It's
Yeah.
Killmonger.
Although close second for me was M'Baku.
Oh, I love M'Baku.
Yeah.
M'Baku is one of my favorites.
Wow. Loved M'Baku. When the guy's talking, he's like, Martin. By the way, Martin Freeman's in this. A very perfect character of him not understanding the culture, playing it up to the audience where he shows up. He's like, actually, I have a question real quick. And so what we need to do is we need help. And he goes, and I think he just starts hooting at him like a gorilla. He goes, like that. And then just kind of like quiets them. He's just like, so speak again and I will feed you to my children. And it's
they're vegetarians. Loved it.
So yeah, I was like, dude, you're like 6'6" of muscle. There's no way you survived off of like roots and bamboo. You're in the mountains. They don't even grow shit in the snow. You're lying. You eat goats and shit.
The visuals in that movie, just that one where you get the gorilla holding up like his I don't know, castle or whatever, for lack of a better term, like the place where M'Baku lives.
The gorilla skull mountaintop that looks like he's an evil villain. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like in Wakanda, the panther skulls coming off the top, or the panther heads, like the visuals in that movie were insane. The story was great. Martin Freeman had a cool thing where one of the press member on the tour asked him, you know, how are you handling, you know, being like one of the only white guys on the set? And he's like, what do you mean? That's now you know how they feel. Like,
right?
Because I was like, dude, 100%. And like he called the guy out. He's like, don't ask me dumb questions like that. Like he was pissed. And he's like, now I know how, now you get a glimpse of what they do every day when they come to sets like this. And I thought that was really cool. I gained so much respect for Martin Freeman during his press run because he let it flat. He told everybody straight out, just don't ask me those dumb questions.
I mean,
yeah, that is a stupid
especially
question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, because the whole movie is kind of that idea. And we've joked about it, and there's a very funny comedian. God, I can't remember his name. Very funny guy. I'm so sorry. I think it's Lamar.
I can't remember his name.
Right? I feel terrible. But he said Utah's like the white Wakanda, where there's a bubble over it, no other people get in. I was like, that's a great joke. But in this movie, I think the reason why it's so good is because even the small parts were done so well. Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman were fantastic as the two kings. Loved it. Thought they're really good. But even the dad who gets killed in the beginning, I think he had a part on The Wire, and you've seen him in 100 different things. Michonne from Walking Dead, Danny Gurira, is his like personal bodyguard with the spear, who's awesome in it. Like every role in this has somebody that knows what they're doing. Ryan Coogler's the director. He's a fantastic director. He did Fruitvale Station. Awesome. All of it. Kendrick Lamar did the soundtrack. They won Best Original Score. This movie, I'm with you. There's a couple movies that I can't rewatch. I can watch Black Panther probably once a year at least. Really good movie.
Once a year, yeah. That's all I've done.
Well, you're
I need to
geeky.
boost those
You know what I
numbers
mean?
up. Those are rookie numbers, bro.
Rookie number. I watch that
Jeez,
like,
once a week.
at least.
Really?
Okay,
Once a
well,
day.
I love that
Once
movie.
a day, black
my
takes
ancestors.
depression away.
The score, Ludwig, I think it was Ludwig Göransson. Maybe I'm getting it wrong.
That's it. I got you.
Yeah. Thank you. He got the idea and for that movie like 2 years before they started to film. And Ryan Coogler was like, or it was like a year before they started to film, and he's like, I want you to do this. And he went to Africa for like a month and a half, went to different tribes, got all these different, like, because each tribe, man, their music is different. And so, like, why when you see the Water Tribe, their music, when it shows or talks about them, is different from what you hear when they talk about the Mountain Tribe with M'Baku and stuff. Like, I loved that aspect that he went so deep into it that he took a trip to Africa, learned all this stuff, and then input it into this movie.
I'm going to tell you the one part for me that almost ruined it for me, and had nothing to do with the actor, Daniel Kaluuya, who just did Judas and the Black Messiah, and he's been in Get Out, and he's been one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror. Awesome actor. He was part of this rhino tribe that had like the shields that came up. You got to have some kind of disbelief in a superhero movie, right? Superhero powers or wearing silly costumes. The rhino scene where the rhinos ran through it, I almost lost it. I almost gave up, and I almost stopped watching because I was like, come on, dude. You just can't have your rhinos randomly charge through and hit just the bad guys. We talked about this in The Walking Dead, the tiger. When Shiva runs up for a war and starts randomly biting just the bad guys and it's humans on humans, I'm like, it just kind of took me out of it. But that was my only bad part. The rest of it I really liked. I liked him talking about, why aren't you helping everybody else in the country? Why are black people being oppressed? How come you're not helping other countries that are having problems and wars that they're losing, and you're staying here with all this wealth? I liked all of it. Very good. You made a compelling bad guy, which is Zack Snyder's problem with Justice League. No one gives a fuck about Steppenwolf.
What do you mean? Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
you got to give someone a back.
I hate myself for letting you have that.
Yeah, right. I didn't want to.
Hey, thanks everybody. Oh, not done. Okay.
Ugh, sickens me.
Him as Killmonger and like the actions he takes and like how radical he is, and then like opens Black Panther's eyes, like, look, we can do it, just not that way. Like, help me out here. And he's like, no, fuck that, we're doing it my way. And their fight scene in the mine, the vibranium mine.
Yeah, the final. Yep.
Yeah, the trains that roll through, and that like sonic thing comes down to keep, and you see their like suits going in and out because it like messes with them. Oh, so good, so good.
How about Donald
Glover? Were pretty amazing.
I was gonna say, how about Donald Glover? I'm a big fan of his. Childish Gambino helped write on this, adding some comedy to the scene. And anybody that's seen the movie has to guess that it's Letitia Wright, who played Shun, his sister. I made these boots that absorb sound. I call them sneakers.
Yeah, love it.
I have to guess it's his jokes. I have to guess that he wrote specifically some of my favorites in there because he's so funny. But she did a great job as a sister, but also a badass. I'm trying to get as much people out. But like I said, they cast great roles in this whole movie. I'm sure I'm forgetting like 5 that you're like, how could you forget her? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fair. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of great actors in this movie, and they all kill it. I agree. Yeah. In retrospect, the rhinos running through and only hitting the bad guys, I didn't think about it. I was so immersed in the movie, I didn't.
Because you don't need to think about it. Jesus Christ, nitpicking.
Calm
down.
Believe in a super
rhino did
I'm not.
I
dude,
don't
I'm
believe
telling
that.
you, it was a small part for me, and I was back in. There's a couple silly parts, but you don't have to acknowledge them. Have fun.
You were the worst.
You brought up the Andy Serkis claw scene where he does his Joker-esque type thing.
Very Joker-esque. I liked it.
Where he's singing, what's the name of the song? Baby Don't Hurt Me, or What Is Love, or something like that. When he's tied up on the chair and.
Is that what he's saying? I know what you're talking about. The interrogation thing with his one arm where he's handcuffed there. Baby Don't Hurt Me. By the way, he's got that accent because he's from there. I'm a fan of Andy Serkis. He's directing the next Venom. So I'm a fan of this guy. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm excited for that.
but his scene of him going through and just kind of like biding his time because he knows that he's about to get saved. Love it, dude. He was a good bad guy. I felt. I would have liked to have seen more because I'm like you. I love Andy Serkis, but I'm glad that they cut him off early. I'd like to see something maybe earlier, through Marvel, Disney Plus, a series or something like that, where you get some claw invasions into Wakanda or whatever. Because I liked him as a character, so I would like to see it.
A little bit in Age of Ultron, which really showed like the most human robot I've ever seen, played by James Spader, which made me like a lot of people like, fuck this, I don't like this guy. And I was just like, no, this is why I thought he was good. I'm not anything like Robert Downey Jr. But and he just cuts his arm off. I was like, Jesus, that was fast. He just got angry. And, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I think they killed him at a good spot though. Them did the thing with the blue. I should take over my light so you can see it looks like blue when I do it. That's their key into there. I'm like, seems like that could be problematic, but dope. Really cool. Really liked it.
I also like how he just thought, he was like, I thought you were just some punk. And the entire time, like, Killmonger was playing Claw to get to, to be able to get to Wakanda the proper way. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. That's so good. Love that movie. Love it.
So the only problem they have that they fix in this one, Monger, right? A monger, like a fishmonger, something that sells fish. That's why Ironmonger didn't really make too much sense. Made okay sense. Killmonger, someone that sells kills, super in with the bubbles, the dots on them that he spent over an hour every day to get that on his body for those scenes. Awesome. He spent, I think it was 9 months to get in the character of him and stayed in it. He's one of those actors that stays in the role. And somebody's like, how was that? Did you like threaten people? Did people have, what happened? Were you intimidating? He's like, it's weird. When you get in that mindset, people just instinctually kind of get out of your way. Like, I didn't have to say anything. And he's like, and I just spent a lot of time alone. I'm like, all right. I mean, I think it works. I think that character was awesome.
I'm going to go watch right now. We got to wrap up. I'm going to go watch it. I don't got time for this.
Bullshit.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. We talked about my favorite movie.
I have something for you guys before you start.
I don't blame you, man. That's a great fucking movie.
Dude, so good.
As we all know, Chadwick Boseman, we're big fans of his. And by the way, to the internet haters and the trolls out there's people saying, hey, man, you're losing too much weight and you're looking gross. Towards the end of his life when he had colon cancer. And I hope those people never sleep again because that's what you get for critiquing somebody and not knowing the whole story. But sadly, he did pass away. He had colon cancer for 4 years. All these action movies that we loved and talked about that we've done for Chadwick Boseman, he did the whole time while he had cancer. Badass. Truly a warrior. Him passing away was so sad, and his tribute was amazing. I watched as many as I could, which is about 3 or 4, and after that I was like, I mean, I'm not an emotional guy, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, me neither, dude.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to drink a shot, and I want you guys to answer it because I don't think I can. My answer is I don't know. But with Chadwick Boseman passing away and Black Panther, like you said, becoming one of the most iconic and best well-received movies, including Robert Downey Jr., who said this is the best Marvel movie they've ever made, including all of his, who do you think should overtake the mantle as Black Panther? And give me a reason why. Good luck.
I mean, do I start? I've got...
Yeah, you can start us. You seem excited.
I've thought about this a lot, obviously, for multiple reasons.
All right.
Either you bring Killmonger back because they make it very... They show you, like, they talk about, like, how they didn't have a funeral. They bring that up. It's very poignant in that movie. And about how, like, oh, he didn't have a funeral. You know, my dad didn't have a funeral. You never see Killmonger truly die. If you look when they put Chadwick, I can't think, the Black Panther, T'Challa under the snow, he's set in a very like special way.
Yeah.
No, when they're on that mountaintop and he's seeing the sunset for the first, where he appreciates the sunset for the first time in Wakanda, he's kind of laying in that same way.
Okay.
He took the purple orb or whatever. Like, he has that power, the ability, or whatever you want to call it. You bring him back, but you don't just automatically change into a bad guy. This next movie is about him learning where T'Challa was right and fixing himself from there. Not just he just comes back as a good guy and that's it. Secondly, like Amanda said, Shuri.
Yeah.
For no reason other than Shuri was the Black Panther in the comics at one point, and she made all of his stuff. But at that point, it's like, well, it's kind of like Iron Man makes all of his own tech. She makes all the Black Panther tech. But I think those two make the most sense of anything. But if you do Killmonger, you do it that way. You don't just resurrect him as a good guy. Because Killmonger in the comics has been resurrected like 3 or 4 times.
So you want a redemption arc like Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister, Breaking Bad. You want it to build for a while.
That's what I would want if it were up to me. I'd bring Killmonger back, give him a movie redemption arc. The next movie, Black Panther 3, you have him be the Black Panther and have him do stuff differently than T'Challa. Be a little bit more radical, but not to the point where you're willing to just kill everybody and use all your war dogs to take over. But I think there's ways you can do it, and then, or like I said, Shuri, just because she probably makes more sense. But that's my opinion.
I'm so glad that you went first.
I know, right?
Sad we lost Brandon, but also, who has time for that chucklehead? I've been thinking about this a long time. Michael B. Jordan, if you guys don't know, and Chadwick Boseman are really good friends in real life. They've worked a lot towards different career goals. Denzel Washington actually paid for Chadwick Boseman to go to an award-winning camp that he got into for a great performance he did, and he thanked him at the Black Panthers award ceremony. Very, very cool. So they've always been friends. So I think Killmonger going into him, but you just have to do it right.
That's right.
I'm not sure if you can, but if you did, you'd have to broach it so, like, everybody loves him so much. Like I said, everybody's a big fan of Chadwick, so I'm not sure how you could fix it, short of, it's like Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger died after his character got captured, right?
Yeah.
Batman didn't die. Christian Bale didn't die, and then Joker, it's just hard. But, like you said, I think her Shuri, Danny could do it, or Rita, maybe, his love interest, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah,
but
you have Shuri, Denai Guerrera, or I think it's Denai Guerrera, the bald. I can't remember. I'm blanking now for being my favorite movie. Okoye, that's her name.
Yes.
You could have them, but again, I just think those two make the most sense. It would be cool, I'll admit, to have M'Baku be the Black Panther.
I mean, yes, I'm with you because I love that actor.
But I would like to see it. That's all.
And I love that actor. He did Spencer Confidential too. I really like him, and Uz is fantastic. We talk about him all the time. I think I might mention him on Twitter, see if we can't get a like or a recognition. But love that guy. I think he's so good. So tough. Suggs it on here. Will Smith. Let's not even go there. I don't think Smith would touch it. I think Smith's too smart. I think he's like, no. I know how to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I love Killmonger. I think Killmonger's the best bet. I'm going to, you know what, Brandon, if you feel differently, you can go ahead and text me right now.
On the messenger or on the chat as well. If you're you can't get back in or whatnot.
I was going to say, it's tough regardless. I know I sprung it on you guys, but it's one we've all thought about. It kind of pops in your head a little bit.
And on me, I was going to talk about it anyway.
My ancestors jumped instead of staying in chains.
Hey, man. I put that on Tagline Tuesday for a reason.
You want to imprison me? That's the only flaw with your plan is he said, do not put me in a jail cell. I'd rather die. So if you put him in a jail cell, it's kind of an insult. So what do you do?
Here's the thing. They don't do that to their own. This is why I don't think that would be the case. I don't think he'd be in a jail cell. They would it would be something where it wouldn't be a jail cell so much as like rehab, for lack of a better term. I mean, I can't think of any other better way to put it.
Rehab? What do you mean? Like to make him a better person?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just can't think of a better way to put that. But that's what it would
like.
be. You couldn't do a prison because they don't do that to their own. You know, being from Wakanda.
Yeah.
John Suggs brought up David Oyelowo to bring in as Black Panther. But everyone wants Marvel or to take it. Everyone wants Marvel's take for Shuri to become the next Black Panther. Marvel's already said they're not replacing T'Challa.
Yeah, I mean, it's such. Let's say they made this movie 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. In that climate, with such a beloved actor, it'd be hard. In the climate we're at now, you got to be. Who are you going to cast? Tom Hanks? You want to start a war? Take it easy. So I don't know what they want to do, but I know it's a hard decision. I think your Killmonger is good, but you got to handle it so carefully. That's
why I said Brandon messaged and said Killmonger as well.
Okay.
That's why I think you kill Resurrection and Killmonger in the comics. They go hand in hand. It's been happened like 3 or 4 times, like I said. So it's not improbable. It's just how they would handle him being Black Panther, the hero, not Black Panther, the bad guy. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So you'd have to tiptoe around that and figure out a way to change his mind without being like, well, you're resurrected as a good guy now, so get on out there. If you want to do it right, he has to come to that conclusion himself.
I would say, too, what you need to do is you have to treat his tribute better than other franchises. Like, not everybody's as stupid as the Fast and Furious franchise. It doesn't care that you constantly use Paul Walker. I don't like that franchise. But I will say I think Killmonger's the best bet. Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman are 2 fantastic actors. We're sorry to lose Chadwick Boseman. Obviously, way too early for such a guy that was just realizing his potential, just crushing it. Ties to such great actors and great movies. Really bringing up the Marvel franchise. Marvel Civil War is my favorite Marvel movie because I feel like a kid watching Spider-Man, Tangle Up, Vision, all this kind of goofy stuff. But just gone too soon, and we'll miss you, buddy. And, Killmonger, I'm with you. Killmonger's his best role. He really worked hard at it. You can tell it looks like it. He has caps for fangs on there. He picked the gold leopard one. He's all Chadwick Boseman's like T'Challa's like, we have the black one. He's like, the reason why I'm all in black is I'm stealthy. And I was like, fuck you. I don't want to be stealthy. I'm gonna kill everybody I see. You shouldn't have came at me. Perfect dynamics. Perfect.
Well,
love it.
Killmonger says it on their fight in the waterfall, and he's like, I killed in Afghanistan. I killed here. Afghanistan. Yeah, he's like, I killed my own country. He's like, just to get here to kill you. Like, he don't give a fuck.
I've killed my whole life to get here to kill you. I watched an Among Us video and a guy had that quote. I've waited my whole life to get here to kill you. And then the guy walked over and he snapped his neck, and I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, there we go.
Among Us.
Well, hey, everybody, thank you so much for being on here. Do you have a better suggestion? Do you have a different suggestion? Make sure you comment down below. Like and subscribe us if you don't mind. And also, we are part of The Buzz, which has a lot of great other live shows like us. Definitely check it out. We have a very cool commercial to show you. And we appreciate you. And we're going to see you next Sunday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Jordan Juggernaut Eames, look at this guy.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Handsome as the day is Sunday. That baby.